My name's Larry. I'm married. I have a 5-year-old. Excessive debt, but in reality, my real name is Lawrence DeWitt Van Wagenen, which sounds like I should have a ton of money and a dog named Chauncey. I have no money and a dog that he's just kind of an underachiever, really. He doesn't do a fucking thing. He doesn't even shit in the fucking backyard. I gotta be honest. And when I was in high school, I had a job as a camp counselor at a fat camp. And they really didn't pay us very much, but I got $25 per Snickers bar. So I made up for it. I went on this interview, and it was a panel of 3 people. And they asked all the typical questions, and I felt I was doing really, really good. And then they asked me, they were like, do you have any specific skills that can help this company thrive? And I said, yes, sir, I do. They said, is there any way you could demonstrate those skills? I said, yes, sir, I can.
Jesus.
I got the job. So, you know what, but honestly, that was back in my college days. Man, I remember back in college, I went through so many different phases. Just the way I dressed, doing my hair, necrophilia. I was just soul searching. So, my wife and I, we recently had an anniversary, and we decided to put the kid down early. And within 2 minutes, she's like, hey, Dad, could you get me something to eat? And then 2 minutes later, she's like, Dad, can you get me something to drink? And then all of a sudden, she walked through the door and was like, Mom, how long do I gotta do this for $1? Yeah, I thought it was fucked up too. But, so it was winter time. It was winter time. You know that time of year where like self-grooming takes a back seat? So my wife went to go take a bath. And my young 5-year-old daughter, she walked in directly after her, and you went to hang out with her. Within 5 minutes, she comes out and she's like, hey, Dad, why is your beard on Mommy's gina? So I took my kid to a movie, and she had to use the restroom. She had to go, and I'm mortified. Every time I got to take my kid into a restroom, to a men's room, absolutely mortified. So I grabbed my 5-year-old, and I'm like, come on, sweetheart, don't peek, don't peek, don't peek. Jesus Christ! And I was like, okay. 1 peek, because you will never see anything like that again in your life. And we left, she peed, we went, she never mentioned it. And so I was doing this comedy thing, right? So I've been doing my best, giving my hand at this, and my loving wife, she came to me the other night, and she said, honey, just be yourself. Don't try to use big words. So I love being married. I really do. Love being a dad. I think it's awesome. But being married is kind of like seeing your high school principal every single day of your life. Honey, you really need to step it up in certain areas. Honey, when you say you're going to be on time, I need you to actually be on time. Honey, we're not allowed to do shots at parent-teachers night. So, you know what, my father-in-law, he came by recently. And every time this guy comes by my house, he does a walkthrough of my yard. Like Darth Vader doing a walkthrough of the Death Star. Just, Larry, there's garbage in your bushes. Larry, is your lawnmower broken? I see you have not mowed the lawn. Larry, for God's sakes, just sign these divorce papers. That's cool. We have bro names. I call him sir. He calls me shape up, asshole. So, I wasn't feeling too good, so I ended up going to the doctor, and the doctor sent me to a urologist. Going to a urologist is basically like a college experience gone horribly wrong. I walked into an office with a 6'5" man who put me on top of a table, undressed me, and did a series of tests that I honestly choose to forget. I walked out, I was dazed, confused, embarrassed, and I had KY jelly stuck in my asshole. And true story, but it's a good thing that I went because turns out I have low testosterone and high estrogen. Which explains my mood swings, love for loofahs, and sensitive breasts. But you know, it's honestly the best thing I ever did because I feel like a 20-year-old. I really do. I feel like a 20-year-old, and I think I bang like a porn star. I honestly, I'm like, it's amazing, except for the morning. Because when I get up in the morning, he's wide awake and we need a full conversation. Every day, it's a conversation with the porcelain throne. Just think of grandma. Think of grandma. Horrific car accident. You like that? You sick son of a bitch. Hillary Clinton works every time. But you know what? I had to go to 7-Eleven. There was a homeless man. So I decided to give him some money, and he was kind enough to share